I got a little riled up today. I'm got like kind of like angry, and I'm just coming down from it and told myself just to stop working on stuff today, just stop and go to the pool and go do something for myself. And oh my god, the washing machine's making noise. But I was just thinking about how long time ago, like most of my life, I never felt anger. It was so buried deep inside me that I didn't know that I had any like anger at all. I was just like, I'm not an angry person. But I was completely blinded to the fact. I feel like God was protecting me. But I was thinking about how years ago, it was 2017, 2018, when I really got into like boxing more. And before that, I even did kickboxing. But when I started to do boxing at title boxing, I feel like I just said that like 5 times in a row, but it really opened me up to the aggression and the anger that I had inside of me because I started pounding the hell out of that bag. And I'm kind of like, like I don't have these big muscles and this kind of thing. And I was just hitting it so hard, and it didn't matter how hard I was hitting it. It was like I couldn't hit it hard enough, and it was like I couldn't do it enough to get it all out, and I would just like exhaust myself. I remember some of those workouts and doing like a couple MMA workouts where you use like a body bag instead of like a person, and you're just like manhandling it, and you're getting manhandled, and sometimes I would be dripping in sweat like I was swimming, and like a couple times I you know it was just, I won't even go into detail, but we'll just say like I couldn't even control my body function because I would just like go at it so hard. I would be like such a mess afterwards, and it just showed me how much I had inside. And after that, it was very clear to me how much I needed to get out, and I was getting it out through healthy ways of like exercise. And over the last few years, I've encountered more like toxic abusive relationships and just facing them, and then like moving past them and healing. And now it's like I've been able to replace and like move some of that anger energy out in a different way other than just like always through exercise and pounding it, because I have had some like injuries and some issues, no wonder, right, with my neck and my shoulders, and I can't do it the same way anymore. So like it's had to come out in other ways, and I know it's come out with like meditation, breathing, through spiritual practices, even more so. So that's been really interesting. But I did want to look at a couple parts of my Letting Go book by David Hawkins. But it was just a good reminder in here about how anger is, like he says on page 123, there's a lot of energy in anger. Therefore, we may actually feel energized when we're irritated or angry. And I remember feeling like depressed and down, or like if I felt apathetic, that is like the worst, when you just don't care and you're totally numbed out, and you don't feel one way or the other. You're just completely like nothing has meaning, and you're non-caring. That's like the worst place in like depression to me. I don't know about you guys, if you guys want to comment how you felt, but like that is the worst. And that's where people get into like suicide, right? And just like making really crazy decisions because they just have lost purpose and meaning and caring. And it's a really dangerous place to be. So I remember being thankful for like the anger state, because like it says here, you're like really energized with anger. You can do something. You could be like, I got to do something with this anger. And it could be something really positive and move you forward, whether it's exercise or spiritual practice, like how I've discovered. But it says one of the tricks people learn is to move up quickly from apathy and grief into anger, and then jump from like anger to pride, and then on to courage. And like these are the emotional ranks and the emotion like pyramid, or whatever he calls it in this book. And it's like I was doing that in my life without even knowing, there was an intellectual and like psychological system to it. And so now I'm like reviewing them. Oh yeah, I have like lived that out and walked that out. So it's cool. It says when the have-nots of the world become energized by desire and move up to anger over what they lack, the anger moves them into the actions necessary to fulfill their dreams for a better life. And I could not agree with that more. It says the quantity of suppressed anger in the population can be verified quickly by seeing how popular violence is in the media, where the viewers are presented with a vicarious experience of letting out their anger in the forms of beatings, shootings, stabbings, Phyllis, Villas, various killings of the bad guys. So the news and all the media is just really like a projection and reflection of like what's going on inside of us, right? And that's what I've learned. And people tend to repress and suppress their anger, aggression, inner hostility because they think it's bad, like that's not dignified, like that's really a bad part of us. Like it's almost like a moral failure, like a spiritual setback. And nothing could be further from the truth. It's really just a step on the ladder, on this emotional ladder to really get you to a place of complete letting go. Once you keep moving forward and taking it from a place of like negative or no energy to like some kind of energy and then just moving it up. And there's many sources of anger, like this book talks about. One of the sources is pride connected with self-sacrifice. Oh my God, I've known that too well. Whew, that's a whole other topic. So I will leave you with that. And just curious if you guys, what have you learned from your anger experiences? And if anyone is reading this or has read this, I would love to know. But I'm feeling better because I'm letting go of my anger and my crazy energy today, and I just got it out in one way. We won't say how, and now I'm going to go to the pool.